Understanding commonly confused verbs. Today, I'm going to talk about the differences between some verbs that people often get mixed up. It can be a bit confusing to use the right verb, but it's important to understand them for clear communication. Let's take a look at some verbs that are commonly confused and see how to use them correctly. First, lie versus lay. Lie is used when you want to talk about reclining or being in a resting position. For example, if you're tired, you might say, I lie down for a nap. Remember, there's no object involved. You just lie down yourself. Lay is used when you are placing something down. If you have a book and you want to put it on the table, you would say, I lay the book on the table. Here, book is the object you are laying down. 2. Raise versus raise. Raise means to lift something up. For example, if you're in a classroom and you want to answer a question, you might say, Tom raises his hand to speak. This means Tom is lifting his hand to get the teacher's attention. Raise means to destroy something completely. Imagine an old building being torn down to make space for something new. You'd say, the old building was razed. It's completely gone. 3. Affect versus effect. Affect is a verb that means to influence something. Think about how weather can change your mood. You might say, the weather can affect your mood. Effect is a noun that refers to the result of a change. For example, if a new policy makes everyone work better, you'd say, the new policy had a positive effect on productivity. Here, effect is the result. Fourth, accept versus accept. Accept means to agree to receive something. For example, if your friend invites you to a birthday party and you say yes, you would say, I accepted the invitation to the party. This means you agreed to go. Except is a preposition that means excluding something. If everyone is coming to the party but one person, you'd say, everyone except John is coming to the meeting. 5. Compliment versus compliment. Compliment is when you give praise or admiration to someone. For example, if someone is wearing a nice dress, you might say, he gave her a compliment on her dress. You're saying something nice about it. Compliment means when something goes well with something else. For example, if you wear a red shirt and it looks great with your jeans, you could say, the red shirt complements the jeans. This means the shirt and jeans look good together. 6. Borrow versus lend. Borrow is when you take something from someone with the intention of giving it back. If you need a pen, you might ask, can I borrow your pen? You'll give it back later. Lend is when you give something to someone expecting to get it back. If you have an extra pen and a friend needs one, you might say, I will lend you my pen. They'll return it to you later. 7. Bring versus take. Bring is used when you carry something towards a specific place or person. For example, if you're going to the office and need to carry some documents, you'd say, please bring the documents to my office. Take is used when you carry something away from a specific place or person. If you're moving files from your office to another location, you'd say, take these files to the manager's office. 9. Ensure versus ensure. Ensure means to make sure or guarantee that something happens. If you want to make sure the doors are locked before you leave, you'd say, please ensure the doors are locked before leaving. Ensure is related to providing financial protection for something, like with an insurance policy. If you want to protect your car against theft, you'd say, I need to insure my car. 10th, hoard versus hoard. Hoard means to collect and store things, often in large amounts. If someone keeps old newspapers in their attic, you'd say, he tends to hoard old newspapers. Hoard is a noun that refers to a large group or crowd, often moving in a disorganized way. If a large crowd gathers outside a concert, you'd say, a horde of fans gathered outside the concert venue. 11th, remind versus remember. Remind is when you help someone to recall something. If you're likely to forget an appointment, you might ask, can you remind me to call the doctor tomorrow? Someone else is helping you remember. Remember is when you recall something from your own memory. If you recall meeting someone at a party, you'd say, I remember meeting her at the party. It's something you bring back from your memory. 12th, spend versus waste. Spend means to use time, money, or resources for a specific purpose. For instance, if you spent your weekend reading, you'd say, I spent my weekend reading a good book. It was a purposeful use of your time. Waste means to use time, money, or resources carelessly or without benefit. If you spent money on something useless, you'd say, I wasted my money on things I didn't need. It wasn't beneficial. 13. Come versus go. Come is used when someone moves towards the speaker or a specific place. For example, if you're inviting someone to your house, you'd say, "Can you come to my house for dinner?" They're moving towards you. Go is used when someone moves away from the speaker or towards another place. If you're heading to the store, you'd say, "I need to go to the store." You're moving away from where you are. 14. Hear versus listen. Hear means to perceive sound. If you can detect music playing in the background, you'd say, "I can hear the music playing in the background." You're noticing the sound. Listen means to actively pay attention to sound. If someone is giving instructions and you need to focus, you'd say, "Please listen carefully to the instructions." You're actively focusing on what's being said. Thank you.